Yo everyone, welcome to DotaGodTV. I'm your host Hanson, and here's another patch analysis for me. Hope you guys liked it. Let's see. Okay, so this is the gameplay update 7.12. I like the frequent update lately that they do smaller patches than bigger patches at a time, where we need to readjust everything at one time. But now, the adjustment is so small that people don't even feel that there's a need probably to read through the patch analysis. Maybe it shows in game anyway, but I think I still need to do a patch analysis so that you guys get the bigger picture of what's going on. And without wasting more time, let's get into it. General changes. So the release date is yesterday night. I'm in Perth, Australia. So it's around, I think 10, 11, I think around 10 p.m. ish. They released this gameplay update. General changes are enable Pangolier in Captain's Mode. Neutral creep stack bounty increase. So stacking now gives you a little bit more bounty that will encourage a lot of people to stack the camp. But if your enemies aren't aware of your hero's clearing camp's ability, they might stack it free for you. So it's good in a way and bad in a way to me. Stacking cam is good, but don't just stack the cams, you know, without looking into your enemy's hero. Like if your enemies have Axe, Alchemist, or hero that can, or Timber Sword, heroes that can clear creep waves or cam stacks very early in the game, you would rather not stack the cam, okay? This doesn't mean you have to stack cams every game to get the benefit, to be beneficial, you know? A lot of people have the wrong idea. You still have to look at your enemy's lineup. So if they have really fast clearing cams heroes, you better like try to avoid stacking cams still. Just watch out for this. But the good thing is your enemies might not be aware of that, and they stack cams while you're playing X. Just go and fucking clear it. Steal all the cam stacks. Item changes, clarity, mana regeneration reduce. So it's giving you less mana now by a little bit, by 0.2. I don't know how game changing is that. Maybe it's just a rebalance after they changed the mana regen scaling and the effect of it. Maybe now every hero, like intelligent heroes, regenerating too much mana, so they reduce this. I think it's just a basic rebalance. No big deal. Strength increase, Heart of Taurus strength increase 40 to 45. This is not game changing, but definitely we're gonna see more people buying Heart. Like PL is gonna be, or the heroes that utilizes the Heart is gonna be a little bit more cancerous than before. So it's 45 strength, plus 500 health. So heroes like Centaurs, PL, or strength heroes basically can profit more from the Heart now. Moonshot is attack speed plus 10. Nullifier decrease projectile speed. Is it gonna affect the game? Maybe just by a little. Maybe it's easier to dodge it now. I'm not sure if you can dodge it with a dagger or a BKB, or if you pop BKB right before the nullifier hit you, but I guess that's what it is. So that it's easier to dodge now. I think otherwise changing the projectile speed doesn't even make any sense to me. Refresher Orb now gives 2 more mana regeneration, which is something you can consider earlier instead of your last item, but to me Refresher Orb requires a lot of mana from your mana pool. So you need, like, let's say I'm a Shadow Shaman player, right? Let's say if you play Shadow Shaman and you have a mana boots, right? You have agonyms, and then you go for refresher up. That's not enough for you to do 2 ultimates yet. You still need some mana regen, like something that increases your mana pool. I think you'll be short of, because with agonyms, mana boots, you get like around 1.4k mana pool. But if you have a level 3 snake that requires 600 mana, to ult itself it's like 1200, and this thing requires like around close to 400 mana to use it. So you need about 1.6k mana pool, but by that time you only have 1.4k, so you need probably another mana item or something on you. So you need around 200 more mana. That's if you're only gonna use your ult, refresh and ult, and no other skills. You can't ult hex or anything in between, right after or before it. Otherwise you'll just be unable to do that double ult. I usually get refresher up after I get mana boots, agonyms, and Octarine core. Then I make refresher up on a Shadow Shaman, but I don't know how game changing is this. +2, I don't think it's gonna change much, but it's definitely something good. I think you can consider building into a refresher up just a little bit earlier in the game. Maybe just get an arcane orb to sustain the mana, and then just rush for a refresher up instead of going for a full Octarine core, because Octarine core is costs about 6k gold, I think, around 6k ish. Satanic duration increase from 4.5 to 5 seconds, just 0.5 seconds increase. Ice Frog wants to encourage people to build more satanic in the game, I think. Silver Age break duration decreases to 4 seconds. So now the break only lasts 4 seconds, and the cooldown reduced to 22. This is a buff, this is a nerf. Overall, it's another nerf for Silver Age. They nerfed Silver Age so many times. Now it doesn't deal damage reduction, it only breaks. And it deals the same amount of bonus physical damage as a Shadow Blade. So when you build into a Silver Age, it's only to break the enemy's passive, like Bristleback or Timbersaw or Dragon Knight. And now it's even nerfed, so those heroes with high passive is gonna be even stronger. 1 second is actually a lot. It's like they took away 20% of the time, of the break time from this item. So something to think about. Bash gives 0.1 second extra bash. That won't make a difference. No one will even notice that. If they make it into 2 seconds, then that's gonna be a big deal. But 0.1 seconds, I don't think you can even hit the enemies one more time with that. They're just probably rounding it up, so I wouldn't consider that a buff, but just a slight improvement. That's like 0.1 is like less than 10%. It's like 5% buff. It's not enough to call it a buff to me. Spirit Vessel, enemy current health base damage changed from 3% direct HP modification to 4.5% magical damage. So from 3% pure damage to 4.5% magical damage. So if it's an anti-mage, or if they build pipe, this will deal less damage to them. but before that it's gonna do more damage to heroes that doesn't have magical damage reductions, or if they don't have magical damage reduction items. This is gonna do more damage in the early game but less damage in the late game. I think this is a rebalance. They want Spirit Vessel to be stronger in the early stages, I think. That's what it's trying to do. And hero changes anti-mage. Mana Void damage increase. So that's a lot. That's a lot. So now his level 1 Mana Void is gonna be like he's very close to his level 2 Mana Void. It's gonna be very painful even at level 1. Before, like level 1 it's like useless. No one ever used Mana Void level 1. They wait for like level 2 to use it, unless they want to break a TP or something, or the enemy is like literally less than 10% HP. But now you can do it. You can kill someone around 20% HP, I think, if their mana pool is high. Arc Warden Flux cooldown reduce, so a buff on Flux. Magnetic Field area increase by a little bit, and another buff on Arc Warden. No one ever played this hero anymore. I don't think that buff is enough to bring Arc Warden back to the pop scene. Maybe in the pro scene, but not in the pop scene. So you're not gonna see a lot of Arc Warden. But Anti-Mage is gonna be a lot stronger now when he hits level 6. That's probably what Ice Frog wants him to be, like strong at level 6. Battle Hunger duration increase 2 more seconds. That's a good buff on X. Thirst Linger bonus duration increase from 2 to 4. That's a lot. The linger duration means after you kill the hero with Thirst, you got 4 more seconds to react and chase down the second enemy. So if, let's say if you have a lineup that can burst enemies HP, like a lot of AoE bursts, this can be very strong on Bloodseeker, and it's easier to get a rampage on Bloodseeker now because he can chase down 2 more seconds on the enemy heroes. Bounty Hunter Shuriken Toss mana cost increase, so that's a direct nerf on Bounty Hunter. Level 1 is the same as level 4, 150 mana. Another fucking nerf on Bounty Hunter. Jesus Christ, just remove this hero, Valve. Feels like they just don't want Bounty Hunter in the game anymore. But in the pro scene we don't even see this hero anymore, and now it's nerfed again. Oh lord. What are they even trying to do now? I don't fucking understand. I don't understand. Holy Persuasion can no longer target non-player allied creeps. I don't even know that's a thing. Like, you can target a non-player allied creeps. That means if you have a Lycan in your team and he summons 2 wolf, you can actually target his wolf and control it, giving it bonus HP. I've never seen that. Is that a bug or what? It sounds like a bug fix to me. Clink's Strafe duration duration increase 0.5 seconds. That's a lot for Clinks, I think. That's at least 0.5 seconds. He can hit 2 or 3 more times at level 4 if he maxes Strafe. Crystal Maiden base damage increased by 3. What? They want to make Crystal Maiden a right clicker or something? Just increase by 20, please. Make Crystal Maiden a fucking right clicker. Let me copy this. Arcane Aura self mana regen increase by this is so weird. 1.3, 2.2, 3.1, and then 4. It's like it's giving Crystal Maiden a little bit more mana regeneration in the early stage, But 0.3 is that enough to make a big change? Oh my lord, this guy just doesn't get it. Oh lord. Duckseer vacuum AoE increase by a lot, it seems. It's the same in the final stage, but increase like from 250 to 400. 250 is so freaking small. 400 is okay. I think it's a good buff. Vacuum cooldown rescale to 60 seconds? Are you fucking kidding me? So so his vacuum is like other heroes' ultimate, the cooldown time. Now 60 seconds? Are you freaking kidding me? That's like Void's Chrono with an Aghanim's effect. This is bullshit. This is a buff, but a nerf on top of that. This is like his first skill, right? But it's like an ultimate timing. The fuck? Vacuum cast range rescale. 500 to... Okay, that's reasonable. It adds 100 range. That's good. That's really bad. 60 seconds. Pangolier can do two ultimates before it hits. Oh, I don't know. I think Pangolier's ultimate is now 60 seconds cooldown level 1. Used to be like 20 seconds cooldown. Like Pangolier can used to do like 3 ultimates before he can do like 1 vacuum. Are you fucking kidding me? This is not even his ultimate. Just make vacuum his ultimate then. Jesus Christ. What is Valve trying to do? Or what is fucking Ice Frog trying to do? Vacuum pool duration increase. Pool duration increase. You mean decrease? Or increase? 0.5, so it usually takes 0.5 seconds to pull everyone together. Now it's 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. So it pulls faster and then slower after that. So when it pulls it's actually a disabled time on the vacuum itself. So it's actually, the heroes are not allowed to use any skill or move or anything. So at the end it's just a slight buff, but in the earlier stages it's a very big nerf. I think it's just 0.3 to from 0.5 to 0.3. That's kind of a nerf and a buff at the same time. I think it's just weird, man. Why all the vacuum thing? Vacuum damage rescale to lesser in the first 3 levels, and then so they want you to scale vacuum first, right? Either you do this first, or you're gonna have 60 seconds cooldown on your first skill. Wall of replica, incoming illusion damage reduce. What? Wall of replica with increase. What? So the length increase, but the damage of the hero, the damage of the illusions reduce from heroes. It's just it's oh my god, it just feels weird. Still weird. It's not enough to bring him back into the pro scene. That's too long. 60 seconds? Are you fucking kidding me? That means you use a vacuum if it's level 1 and your enemy is pushing high ground. and then like you're not level 4 yet, like maybe you're level 10 or something, and you haven't maxed your vacuum, and your enemies is pushing your tier 2 or your high ground, you use a vacuum and then you buy back, and then you can't use another vacuum for another what, 1 minute. This is just fucking bullshit, man. I really hate this. Cooldown time is too long. They're gonna, if they want, I think they have to change this or make it his ultimate. Vacuum is his ultimate. What the fuck? And make Wall of Replica his first skill then. That makes more sense. It's just stupid. Dark Willow terrorized, cast time increase. Takes a little bit longer to cast it. Bedlam cooldown increase. 40 30 20 to 40 35 30. Okay, so a nerf for his ultimate, and a buff for, and a nerf for terrorize as well. This hero is too strong in the higher tier, like Divine 5 tier. This hero is so strong, so probably they nerfed it a little bit. Look at what I mean, right? Dark Willow can use 3 ultimates when Darkseer can only use 1 freaking vacuum? Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you pick Darkseer over Dark Willow? It just doesn't freaking make sense. Lord, and now they nerfed it. Oh, let's nerf Dark Willow, make his ultimate 30 seconds, but make Darkseer's first skill 60 freaking seconds? Jesus fucking Christ. Doesn't even make any sense to me. What the fuck is Ice Frog thinking? Dazzle poison touch damage increase from 40 to 52? Who the fuck skills poison touch first? And when you skill it in the late game, it doesn't even matter. 52 damage per second? If you're a Dragon Knight, you probably heal faster than that. Jesus Christ. Or a Timbersaw. Doesn't even give a shit about that. Death Prophet, Spirit Siphon, charge, restore time increase. So that's a direct nerf from 45 to 60 seconds at level 1, but it still scales back to 45 seconds when you max Spirit Siphon, which you would if you're playing a mid Death Prophet. You would always max your Spirit Siphon over other skills because this is so much stronger than any other skills. I think this makes just makes Death Prophet so much tankier and so much harder to kill. Even if like you have a 3-person ganking, trying to gank him, if you have this like max for 4 charges, no one can kill you, man. So this is always the skill you max as a mid Death Prophet, I think, especially with this in this patch. Silence mana cost increase as it scales up. That's reasonable because it silences like 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds, right? A bit more mana is reasonable. Otherwise, it's just too much bullshit, man. This guy is so strong. Disruptor, Static Storm no longer lingers on your hero for 0.5 seconds after walking away from the AoE. It already ends immediately once the spell is over. Yeah, it should be that way, right? So this is just a rebalance. Kinetic field cooldown increase in the earlier stages. That's reasonable. I think Disruptor is still a very, very strong hero in this patch. It's like Kunkka, but way better than Kunkka. It's quicker in a way. Way better than Kunkka in a way as a position 4 and 5 because he doesn't really need any items. He just needs levels, and then he can start to use Glimpse, Kinetic Field, Static Storm. Boom, 1 down. Yep. As soon as he hits level 6 is very scary, but as soon as he maxes his Glimpse, that's even scarier. And you can even send the enemy's heroes back to base when they try and TP and defend a tower. So this is a good combination with pushing strat like a Lycan, a Shadow Shaman, or Clinks, or Beastmaster strat So any pushing strat that you want to pull off, Disruptor is always a good choice, because you can always send the enemies that just teleport to the tower back to where they are, and then you can keep pushing. So it's like 5v4 the whole time when you're pushing. Drow Ranger precision aura attack damage bonus increase from 34 to 40%. That's 6% times 5. Times 5 players. That's 30% increase damage overall. If you have all 5 players in a team fight, 30% buff. That's a lot. It used to be like, I think it used to be like 42%, and then they nerfed it to 34 because it's too strong, and now they buff it back. We're gonna see a lot more Drow strat now because it's 30% more damage. If you're playing like a split push or like a push 5-man push strat with range heroes, Drow Ranger is back with Visage, Drow Visage, VS, and 2 more range hero. It can be Invoker. It doesn't have to be an agility hero. It can be Invoker or like a Viper and a Nature's Prophet. You can push so fast and so hard with 30% extra damage on the max level. I think if you know how to plan it right with the right heroes, this is very dangerous. Like, this is a very dangerous buff. It might look like 6%, but it's actually 30% because you have to times 5 players on top of that, so it's very strong. Elder Titan, Echo Storm, initial stun duration reduce. What? Initial stun duration reduce? Wait a minute. Let's have a look at Elder Titan. So it's only 0.2 seconds stun? Are you kidding me? 0.8 is not even 1 second. 0.2, what is 0.2 like?
老公睡吧。
我在做 YouTube 视频。干嘛呢？ Sorry, my girlfriend. Elder Titan. Where's fucking Elder Titan? Let's have a look at his initial. What the fuck is initial stun? So Echo Storm sleeps, right? Does it mean the cast time? Is it the cast time? What does initial stun freaking means? So it takes 0.8 seconds to stun before. Now it takes 0.2. So that's a buff, if I'm not mistaken. It's so confusing. They could have just put their cast and Echo Storm cast animation duration, right? What the fuck is initial stun? All I know is initial D. So it probably means cast animation duration reduced from 0.08 to 0.02. Alright, I think that's what it means. So it's a buff. He can Echo Storm quicker now, I think. Do you guys want to try it? Should I try it? I think I should try it, huh? Let's just try it in Demo Hero. See how it works. It's very confusing. It's so confusing. What? It's still that long. Cast time is still 1.7 seconds. That shit is Echo Storm, right? Initial stun duration reduced from... What does that fucking mean? I don't freaking understand what this means. It's not the cast time. Cast time is 1.7 seconds. They stun before sleep is applied. Oh. So they stun before sleep is applied. I see. So it's shorter now. So the time is 0.6 seconds shorter now. Before you can attack within 0.8 seconds. So it's a fucking nerf. Okay, I get it. Thanks, Rookie, for the information. So it actually has an initial stun duration before this. It's not stated very clear. So it's like less than a second. Now it's less than half a second. Right. Ember Spirit base armor increased by 1. That's a good buff, but I don't know. They've been buffing Ember Spirit like since the past few patches, but it's still not. It's still a very slow hero. You don't want to pick this hero too early into the game. I mean it's really hard. It's like anti-mage in a different way. It's so weak in the early game, but it's so strong in the late game. I would pick Storm Spirit over Ember Spirit anytime. Unless if the enemy picks Meepo, then maybe Ember Spirit is a good pick. But anyhow, that's a slight buff. Untouchable slow reskill. So they nerf Enchantress, but buff it at the level 4. It's so much weaker at level 1. Okay, so you have to skill like 2 levels at least to make his untouchable viable. Like we used to play 1 level on untouchable and he's really strong. So now it's making it weaker. Enchant cooldown reskill. What? Okay, so it's also weaker at the earlier stages for Enchantress now. 55 seconds cooldown. Oh my god. Enchant slow increase. Three, 4, 5, 6 seconds. It used to be that. It's not much different. Enchant dominate duration reskill. So his dominate duration is way shorter than before. It's only 50 seconds. And then its cooldown is 55 seconds. So your creep will die. Your creep will die now at level 1. Only if you hit level 2, then you can re-dominate the creep before the timer runs out. That's what it means. So you need level 2 to start ganking. If you're level 1, you need to send your creeps away before it dies in front of your enemy, because I think they do get experience from it. So any Enchantress players out there, just watch out for this, because at level 1 your creep will die before your CD applies. Okay. Impetus mana cost rescale, lower at the earlier stage, higher in the later game. That's reasonable. That's a reasonable adjustment there, I think, because 55 is like too much mana cost for Impetus, especially at level 1. Like you cast 3 Impetus or 5 Impetus and you're out of mana pool. I don't think Enchantress has like a really high mana pool. It's like you use enchant and then you use the heal and then you can only throw like 3 to 5 impetus, I think, if I'm not wrong. Now you can throw maybe one more. You can throw one more impetus in every 3 impetus. So when you used to have enough mana to use only 3 hit, now you have 4 hit. So 25% increase in the early game. That's good. That's good. Because usually people don't skill this because you won't have enough mana to use this skill anyway. So why skill this? Now you have a good reason to take this at level 6. Gyrocopter flat cannon cooldown increase 30 to 40. I remember flat cannon used to be like 12 to 18 seconds ish cooldown kind of hero, kind of skill. But now it's and then they nerfed it to 30 seconds because everyone's picking Gyrocopter every game in, I think, I can't remember, is it TI 3 or TI 4 or something. And then they nerfed it to 30 seconds and no one plays Gyro anymore. And now when everyone's playing Gyro again, they nerfed it again. Homing missile hits to destroy reduce 3-3-4-4 to 3 hits. So now you can kill the homing missile in basically 3 hits, even if it's maxed out. It used to be like 3-4-5-6, and then they nerfed it to 3-3-4-4, and now it's like 3 hits. So if you have 3 heroes standing in front of the hero that's a homing missile is chasing, all 3 of them can just right click. You only need 3 heroes to kill a homing missile now, and 1 hit each. Or you can have 2 heroes, one with a quicker, faster attack speed, and you can kill the missile. So homing missile on Gyro now is just bullshit. Look at that. Bounty increase, cooldown increase, and now the hits decrease. So it's basically a nerf on top of a nerf on Gyro. Probably too many people are playing Gyro in the pro scene, I think. Hey BZ, accept your friend request. We'll try and look into that later. IO base damage reduced by 4. Tether now sets your movement speed to match the tethered target speed. Tether no longer has a duration, so you can like tether forever. Tether movement speed rescale. It's a nerf on IO again. What the fuck? But if tether no longer has a duration, that's a buff. So you don't have to waste as much mana anymore to tether someone. You can just tether them the whole time. Tether regen sharing rescale from 1.5 times to... Okay, so now you have to... So now it's lesser in the earlier stages. IO tether to Monkey King on a tree makes IO have 0 movement speed. Are you serious? That's bullshit then. So if the hero you tether have less movement speed than IO, then you're gonna share his movement speed? Damn, just delete IO from the game. Delete this hero, man. Nerfed it every patch. If Bloodseeker, yeah, with what do you call that? With his passive on, then it's really good. Relocate, cooldown increase. As a nerf on top, and another nerf. Jesus, just delete this hero. Lash Rack base movement speed increase. A buff on Lash. Lightning Storm damage rescale. A buff. No one ever played this shit anymore. Why pick this when you can play Death Prophet, right? They do basically about the same thing. Death Prophet is so much tankier, and this guy is so shit, and it burns all your whole fucking mana pool just to do the same shit that Death Prophet is doing with like one-time mana. Lightning Storm, slow duration, rescale, decrease slow. Lightning Storm cast point, reduce. Okay, so buff, nerf, buff. Overall, a buff on Lash. Will I play Lash? No. Still not good enough. I don't think it fits in the meta in any way right at the moment. Sacrifice mana conversion. Sacrifice mana conversion increase. So you're getting more mana from sacrificing your creep. Okay. That sounds legit. Lich is a decent hero to me. Open wounds, mana cost increase to a constant 140 mana. Doesn't decrease anymore. That's reasonable, I think. Or it should be the other way around. 110 to 140. Why constant 140? That's so unfair. Lion Earth Spike, mana cost rescale. You now need lesser mana in the first, like in a level 1 Lion. If you take Earth Spike, which I believe 99% of the Lion players will do. So you can probably cast one more Earth Spike in the early stages. I think Magnus, or probably two more Earth Spike. Magnus Skewer, AoE increase from 125 to 135. A buff on Magnus. Reverse polarity, RP, stun duration, increase. What? That's the first time in Dota history, man. Okay, 0.5 seconds. It's a good buff. Marina base attack damage range. What? Is that a buff? That's just a rebalance, like make his Mirana's attack more precise, I think. Monkey King, Wukong's command soldier attack rate improved. A buff on Monkey King's ultimate? What? That's good because his ultimate is so shitty like most of the time. Necrophos, Heartstopper aura increase. But the AoE is so small, I believe it's like 800 AoE only. Like you have to be so close to your enemy to pull that off. Is it cool? Not really. Death Pulse, mana cost rescale from 125 to, okay, so it's lesser, it consumes lesser mana at level 1 but more mana at level 4. That's okay to me. Ogre Magi multicast no longer increases Fire Blast mana cost. I thought it never increases. I didn't know about this shit. Multicast actually increases Fire Blast mana cost? I don't really know that. That's legit. Omni Knight Repel mana cost increase from 50 to 85. Jesus Christ. Another nerf on Omni. It's like Omni is... Actually Omni is a really, really strong offlaner. to me in this patch. Nerfing him by that little bit, he's got enough nerf. I don't think he's as strong as he is before when they nerf all his spell range. After that, you can just never save anyone with Omni. You can only save yourself. You can never repel or heal your teammate in time because you have to get into range. And it's so hard to get into range now, especially in the earlier stages when you only have a mana boots. Unless you play like a carry Omni. Phantom Assassin, Stifling Dagger. Can be targeted on spell immune. So now it pierces spell immune. The slow won't have any effect, but the physical damage will go through. Jesus Christ, that's a good buff on Phantom Assassin. This is making him. So the damage type is, I think it's from magical to physical now, right? And it pierces spell immunity. It used to be no, but now it's yes, I think. So they have to change the pierces spell immunity to yes right now. Let me have a look. On PA, it still says no. They have to change that to a yes, I think. It's still saying no, Valve. You have to do something. Phoenix Supernova radius increase. I think Phoenix needs a good buff. It's because he's so hard to play now, especially in the all this latest patch. It's really hard to play. Supernova now turns night into day for the duration. Has highest priority. Okay, so it's like a nerf to Night Stalker. What? What the hell? So you can use this to counter Night Stalker? What? Or Lycan? Or Luna? Or any hero that uses the nighttime as a whole. So now let's look at his duration. So whenever you cast Supernova, the duration is 6 seconds, right? So you can actually, let's say the enemy is pushing top with Night Stalker, Lycan, and Luna, and all this, and I think Slug a nighttime hero. I think he is, or any hero that utilizes the nighttime, and boom, you're in the bottom lane. You just pop Supernova when they're going up the high, when they went up the high ground to change someone. You don't have to hit them with a Supernova. Just fucking use your Supernova, and for 6 seconds, everyone is so slow. Lycan's damage is reduced by half. Night Stalker's movement speed is reduced, and his attack speed is reduced by nothing. And then that time you can turn a whole team fight around. I don't think there's any hero in the game that can turn night into a day in the history of Dota. I mean, Keeper of the Light utilizes the daytime to push and heal teammate, but he cannot change a night into day. So this is something freaking new and has highest priority. So if Night Stalker tries to force a daytime into a night, he can just turn the nighttime back into a daytime with his Supernova. That is freaking cool. This is a direct counter to Night Stalker as well. So Night Stalker, you can turn, like, let's say there's a Phoenix. Whenever you use Supernova, Night Stalker can just turn a day into a night and just go in and hit him, you know, and hit the egg so quickly. But when you have this buff, you can just stop him from turning a day into night for the whole duration of the Supernova. And he has the highest priority. So that means no one can freaking utilize the nighttime to do shit on Phoenix, which is something new and something I think is really cool on Phoenix. I like to play Phoenix a lot, but I haven't played Phoenix a lot lately because of the constant nerf every patch Phoenix is getting. So crazy. I think this is a good buff against nighttime heroes. Quite nice. Sounds quite cool. Razor's static link cast range reduced by 50. Okay, cast range is reduced but break range is still the same. That makes sense. Unstable current damage reduced. 100 at level 1? That's just bullshit, man. 60 sounds reasonable. Scales back to 180. This skill is still OP, man. As fuck. It used to be so OP, but now it's a bit better. It's still OP. Ricky tricks of the trade. Rework. Instead of hitting every hero in the AoE once per second, it hits a random hero once per half a second. What the fuck is this? A nerf on Ricky's tricks of the trade? Tricks of the trade will hit creeps if there are no heroes available. What? Now it can be used to push lanes or defend or farm creep waves. Tricks of the trade duration increase. Okay, that makes sense. So they reworked the whole skill to hitting every hero in that AoE to hitting a fucking random hero once per like half a second. And then if there's no hero, it will hit a random creep. A random creep, not all the creeps, I think. If there are no heroes available, and it's increased by 1 second duration now, so you have 1 extra second on tricks of the trade. That's just a freaking nerf. So you can't get agonyms and use tricks of the trade on like a mobility hero like Spirit Breaker or Queen of Pain and just jump into an enemy and kill anyone anymore. Now you can randomly hit one hero at a time. But it's also a buff. If it's only one hero, what if it's only one hero that you're hitting? Then it's very painful. Then it's 2 hits rather than 1 hit. So it's stronger when you're trying to kill one hero, but it's weaker when you have a whole lot of heroes around you. So they're making that skill exactly like Luna's ultimate, Eclipse. It only hits one random hero now. Okay. Oh shit. Where was I? Okay, Ricky. Okay, so tricks of the trade now acts like Luna's ultimate Eclipse. He only hits a random hero in that AoE. Rubik telekinesis cooldown increase. What? 22 to 28 seconds? Jesus. A nerf on Rubik? Is Rubik even that strong? I don't really think so. Well, I hate Rubik, so it's a good news for me. Base movement speed reduced. What? Sand King has a reduced movement speed now. Borrow Strike stun duration rescale from 2.1 what? 2.17 to 1.9, 2.0, 2.1 and 2.2. Is that even a nerf? That doesn't make sense to me. It's still 2 seconds. Duh. No matter if it's 1.8 or 2.2, it's still a 2-second stun, dude. Doesn't make too much difference. But 2.17 sounds stupid to me. Shadow Demon, Demonic Perch, slow now, always skills linearly with time. 100% to 20%. Okay. Okay. Demonic Perch used to slow like 100% for like 3 seconds, I think. 3 to 5 seconds. I think about 3 to 4 seconds. So now it's like Enchantress Enchant. So it reduced by time. Demonic Perch cooldown increase from 40 to 60 seconds. Effects charge replenish. Demonic Perch duration increase from what? 5 to 7 seconds. So now it procs after 7 seconds. Demonic Perch no longer roots non-hero units for 3 seconds. Okay. Demonic Perch now continuously dispels the target. Okay, for 7 seconds he's gonna dispel the target, so no one can buff them in the 7 seconds. Looks like a complete rework, a big rework on his Demonic Perch. No big deal, but I think it's stronger now. Last 7 seconds. Sounds like it's a lot stronger now, and it continuously dispels the target, which is like in 7 seconds no one can save your ass. Like no speed buff from Darkseer, no speed buff from Ogre Magi and all those heroes that can buff and save that hero, which is kind of a good deal. Slaughter, Guardian Sprint no longer has 15% damage amplification. Guardian Sprint duration reduced from 12 to 10 seconds. Guardian Sprint, his first skill. So it increased the movement speed for 10 seconds. That's a fucking buff on Slaughter. So you can sprint anytime you want now, without worrying about getting hit by your enemy. Like you used to have to think about using sprint before you use it. I don't think there's a mana cost. There's no mana cost. So the refresh time will be 17 seconds. And then every 17 seconds you just pump your sprint for 10 seconds. Without the need to worry about your enemies attacking you. Oh my god, that's a buff. That's a huge buff. That's a huge buff, man. Slug base HP regen increase. Okay, that's double the regen, almost double. Turn rate improve by 0.6. So turns faster, regens about double. Base HP regen. Oh, that's not the ultimate. That's his base HP. So it's harder to kill him now because he have 1 more HP per second. Or 1.5 more HP. So it's a bit stronger now in lane. In the laning stage. Okay, I get what it means. Stronger in the laning stage, better turn rate. It sounds like a good buff with Slug. Sniper assassinate, mana cost reduce. Wow, a buff on snipers assassinate. What the hell just happened there? What the hell is that? Second time already. So reduce 100 mana. Okay, so sniper now requires less mana as he skills up his assassinate. They should probably just put 50 mana for that. Hey, Javis Lim. Thank you, man. Gasai, you know? Wow, no one is playing Slug, man. What do you think? I think it's they're trying to bring back Slug in the, because the hardest time for Slug is the laning stage right now. So now you have double the HP base regen in the earlier stage. Yeah, I mean it's easier. You don't have to rush for a ring of health. Probably just need to reload your tangos, and you're good in the laning stage. You're a bit stronger and tougher because your regen is double the speed from before. Your base regen, yeah, it helps. I think it helps. That's 1.5. 1.5 is about I think the regen rate of a soul ring, so it's quite good. Assassinate is just make that 50 mana, man. Jesus Christ. Well, just make it a 200 mana straight for every level, right? I mean, sniper assassinate, really? How many times do you use it in a game, like in the whole game? You don't really use it that many times. Just make it a constant 200 mana pool. I can live with that. I play sniper a lot. Spectral dagger damage increase. What? A buff on Spectre? Like, seriously? Are you serious, Valve? Out of all the heroes, you buff Spectre, which is so strong in the late game, and now you're making his early games stronger at level 1, 2, 3, and 4? That's a plus 40 damage in each level. Kudos to Valve. Buff the most cancerous hero again, and nerf the weakest hero and buff the strongest hero. I think Spectre is easily one of the best core to play now if you're soloing or if you're playing with friends in a team, in a party. Spectre can just do so much more than a lot of other cores. It has a global presence. Now they're buffing. Oh, just make this hero as OP as possible, and everyone has to pick or ban this hero, and then nerf it again after that. Spirit Breaker. Empowering Haze active no longer reduces your movement speed afterwards. Empowering Haze cooldown increase. From 12 to 20 seconds. Is that his second skill? I think. I can't remember the name. I used to play Spirit Breaker a lot, but the nerf is too much. Yeah, and that's the second skill. Cooldown increase. Okay. Does it reduce the speed before that? Doesn't make sense to me. I think it's just a rework. I mean, it's just a rebalance. Templar Assassin movement speed increased from 300 to 310. Wow, that's a huge buff. Still not good. Templar Assassin is still shit in the late game. Mid-late game, not so good. Early mid, Snowball Hero, very good. Timbersaw Chakram, mana cost per second reduce. Is that a buff? Damn. Chakram initial mana cost reduce. Another buff? Thank you for buffing Timbersaw, which is already the biggest cancer in Dota 2. Base health regen reduce. Oh, this is the opposite of Slark. From 2.5 to 1.5. Is he that powerful? So now basically Slark is like Tiny and Tiny is like Slark. The base health regen. That's huge. That's a huge nerf for a strength hero and a huge buff for an agility hero. Avalanche cooldown increase. That's reasonable. That's too big of a nerf, I think. He's already not so good in the mid late game, so why make him weaker in the early game? Doesn't even make sense to me. Treant Protector base intelligence increased by 3. Thank you, Vav. I think Good Boy will be very happy because this is his favorite hero. Troll War Berserker's Rage base attack time improve. Okay. By 0.05 seconds. Thank you so much. Ice shots cooldown increase from a nerf on Tusk. Ice shot. He's not even that strong. Oh my god, some of the things doesn't even make sense to me. He's not even that strong, man. Why the nerf on this poor little guy? Undying zombie critical health attack speed boost increase. What? Undying zombie critical health attack speed boost increase from 50 to 75. So the zombies attack faster. Flash Golem hero kill heal increase from 10, 15, 20. Another buff? That's good. I mean, we can see Undying back into the pro scene now. I think this is a Flash Golem. This is a good buff. Zombie attacks faster. That's a good buff. I think we might see a lot more Undying in the coming majors and minors and even TI if they don't nerf it again before it. So this is actually good. Wait, let me. Warlock Golems. Golems attack damage increase from 75, 125, 175. That's still not good enough. I think they have to increase the Golem's damage a bit more. I mean, Shaman is so much better because he have like Shaman has like 12 wards and this guy have 1 Golem. Maybe they have to increase the Golem. Maybe Warlock drops 2 Golems without Aghanims and 3 Golems with Aghanims or something, or 4 Golems with Aghanims. That will make him come back into the pro scene. And when you have Aghanims plus Refresher, he will drop 8 Golems. I think they should buff Warlock like that. Anyway, Warlock is one of my favorite heroes to play, but not anymore because Shaman is so much stronger. I think Shaman can kill his Golems with his wards faster than he can kill 2 of his snake wards, I think. Just the Golem, he's so slow. So yeah. Not a good buff. At least a buff on Warlock because he's so weak in this meta. I think probably they should increase the Golem's health. Or just make it 2 Golems, man. Jesus Christ. And make his Aghanims 4 Golems. With half HP. right? That sounds more legit. Wind Ranger fixed some clunkiness with how Wind Ranger attacks the target during focus fire. Clunkiness? You mean like the Michael Jackson thing? Are they removing the Michael Jackson move on Wind Ranger? What the fuck is this? They're always fixing the Wind Ranger UI since like 5 patches ago. It's always Wind Ranger's UI, Wind Ranger's UI. Something's wrong with Wind Ranger. I think something is wrong with Wind Ranger's face. They should fix it. They should fix this face. This face looks like a... I mean, Wind Ranger looks like a man, right? Are you guys with me? Like... Winter Wyvern base intelligence increased by 1. Arctic Burn attack range changed from... Okay, so they nerfed the initial damage of Arctic Burn. And then they buffed the range. Right. So it's a little bit stronger at level 1 now because he can hit a little bit further. Still a shit hero, whereby it's a very situational hero. You don't pick it too often. Zeus attack range increase 350 to 380. Alright, let's check Monkey King's attack range. If I'm not mistaken, Monkey King has a longer attack range than fucking Zeus, right? Base attack range. Can we see?
Equal with heaven, greater than gods.
Attack range is 300, okay? Monkey King is a melee hero with a 300 attack range, and Zeus is a freaking range hero with 350 attack range to 380. Why don't they just call Zeus a melee hero? Because that's what my girlfriend always say. When she likes playing Zeus, and she always tell me Zeus is a melee hero. Why is it so unfair for Zeus? They should put like 600 600 range, or make it 500 range. Make him feel like a range hero again. Why is it just slightly further than a freaking Monkey King, which is a melee hero? Base damage increased by 5. Wow, that's a huge buff on Zeus that everyone's gonna pick it. Yeah, I know, right? But Gasai, you know, he's supposed to be a range hero, right? Like other range heroes, like a Venomancer, like a Mirana, like all those heroes. He should have like a decent, at least 500 attack range, right? In my opinion. They should make his attack range like a decent range hero. Although he doesn't rely on his right click, but at least make him a decent right click hero. I mean, or just make him a melee hero. Just make Zeus a melee hero then. Alright, that's the end of the patch note today. My team is waiting for me. But TA have the same range in the start, yeah. But TA increases in time, but this Zeus is like a melee hero forever. Even at level 25, Zeus is still a freaking melee hero. That's what my girlfriend always say when she plays Zeus, right?
Yes!
Yes, she thinks that Zeus is a melee hero. There you go. So, alright, that's the end of the video. It took me long enough to do this patch note. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys missed the patch note from the beginning, you can watch the replay later when it's uploaded to YouTube. Thank you very much for supporting DotaGodTV on YouTube, and I'll be back on Twitch playing my casual MMR games with my teams now. And I'll see you guys on Twitch after this. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like my videos, subscribe to the channel, click the bell. All the links are below. Follow all my social media links, Facebook, Twitch and everything. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for all your support. I'll see you guys in the next video on YouTube, or catch me on Twitch after this. Bye!